Good evening, everyone. I'm Jeff Isom, Director of Sales and Training for Nikken. We're happy to have you with us this evening. Of course, our Pink Day is almost here. I hope everybody is ready and excited for this momentous day. It's just around the corner. So thank you, everybody, for joining us tonight. Each and every Thursday, we do have an Entrepreneurs Being More that covers different topics to help us prepare and get ready for various promotions, events, campaigns, things that are happening as part of what we're doing in Nikken, and we're very excited to have you with us tonight. Of course, most of you have heard the news already. We are turning Nikken from its traditional green to pink, and it will happen this Saturday. We'll turn Nikken pink as we launch really what I think could be a game-changing product for us as a company, our pink collagen complex beauty inside and out. This really is an amazing nutritional with a tremendous amount of value and benefits, and it's a great way to introduce someone to an amazing health product that's inspired by nature, all with amazing natural ingredients, and of course, help them then to learn more about our amazing company, Nikken. Tonight, I have two individuals that I've asked to help out as we look at how we might approach Saturday best, and they'll be joining us in just a moment, Mike DiMuccio and Barbara Bertucci, to share some ideas about how you might make your day most effective in terms of introducing your guests at your event to this amazing product, introducing them to Nikken and helping them to make the choice. Because at the end of the day, this live event is geared towards helping them take the next steps towards becoming a consistent user of our pink collagen complex, or joining Nikken as a registered customer or as a consultant. So we want to do everything possible to make that happen. I do want to remind you, if you have not registered yet, you can still register to become an official site. You can use one of the QR codes here. I'll also post links in WhatsApp and Telegram. We do have quite a few sites already registered. Over 100 sites and over 1,000 people committed to attending our Pink Day launch. Also, if you have not registered for the Zoom broadcast, this is important. Registering as a site is separate from registering for the Zoom broadcast. This document is in the back office, and you can use the QR code. I'll also post links in WhatsApp and Telegram, so if you'd rather use a link. And anyone, pretty much anyone, who would like to attend, we realize there are lots of people who aren't able to go to a live event. So if you'd like to send them a link to register for the webinar that's happening, it's not a regular Zoom meeting, it is a Zoom webinar. So they do need to register in advance, but pretty much anyone can register. They just need to use their email, and they'll get a link allowing them to join when the webinar happens, 11 a.m. Pacific time. So it is important to take note of the time. The broadcast will start 11 a.m. Pacific, 12 Mountain, 1 p.m. Central, 2 p.m. Eastern. So make sure you are aware of those times. That's when the Zoom broadcast is beginning. Hopefully you have been to the back office recently. There's an abundance of materials that are in our back office that are related to the launch. So if you have not been to the document library recently, make sure go and visit our document library. Under business tools, you'll find the document library link. Just click on that link, click on the first Pink Collagen Complex launch, and that's where you'll find in 3 languages a tremendous number of resources. So make sure everything from the Pink Collagen Complex fact sheet to frequently asked questions, the list of registered launch sites, Joy So's video is linked there, a flyer about the collagen complex, and also a PowerPoint that I'll show you in just a moment that you can share with your guests after the broadcast happens. A link to the Zoom webinar, a press release is there. So all of those materials are there. So make sure if you haven't visited recently, do go and visit the back office to find all those materials. Just to run through quickly, and then I'll introduce Mike and Barbara. The PowerPoint is you're not required to use it. It is something that you might choose to use in addition to the broadcast, but it goes through a quick introduction to the product, and you can, talk through these slides as you share them with your guests. There are benefits connected to the product. There's an amazing slide that shows the value of our product with the marine collagen and additional ingredients, and the price. And it shows all the other products in the market, bovine collagen, marine collagen, MLM, retailer products. And you can see that Nikken, in terms of its perceived value with the marine collagen and the additional ingredients, its perceived value is incredibly high, but its price proportion is really competitive. It's kind of in the sweet spot for having a tremendous amount of value for its cost. There's a slide that shows the product, the box with 30 sachets, and then the retail price, US and Canadian dollars. And then a code, if they want to, they can register right then and there for the Pink Collagen Complex experience. So this is basically an online recording system where they will receive on a weekly basis a survey to fill out. And at the end of their 1 month experience, they can kind of track their progress and see how they've done with using the product and the benefits. And it's kind of a fun experience. There's also a slide that has an invite to our Balanced Life, Happy Life. There's a QR code that people can open to get the link in order to join the Balanced Life, Happy Life that happens on Tuesdays. This is a great way to invite people to investigate and to learn more about our amazing company. So a nice short PowerPoint that you can lead your guests through. Just to quickly go through the agenda, at 11 a.m. Pacific, so 2 p.m. Eastern, Luis Kasuga will be welcoming everyone to the launch. Ali Susumi will be launching the product. She'll be playing a fantastic new video. You are going to love this video. It's short, but really punchy, powerful, quick pace, great music and voiceover, and introduces people to the product. Then Joy So will give a 12-minute presentation going over the benefits of our PCC. We'll have some testimonials from consultants who have used it for at least a month. So this is a great way to get some live social proof for the people who are in attendance. All of these consultants have used this product. We'll have fantastic testimonies to share. We'll go live to some of the launch sites throughout North America, English, French, Spanish language speaking sites all across the country. And then Luis will close our presentation. The broadcast will be about 35 minutes long. It will be posted probably within an hour. I just need to download it, upload it, and then I'll be able to post it. So if you're not having your launch party until a few days later, or weeks after this coming Saturday, the broadcast Zoom will be available so you can use it at your launch events in the future. So it's an important day. We have two really experienced consultants, both Royal Diamonds. They've been with Nikken for a long time. They have a lot of experience in this area, obviously. But I've asked the two of them if they wouldn't share with us tonight some ideas for how you can make this an incredibly powerful experience for your guests and for the future of your business. So, Mike, could I introduce you to kick us off?
Thank
And
you.
yeah.
Okay, good, great. And Barbara will be speaking as well. She's always got great fun facts and ways to integrate these ideas into your meeting. The meeting started already, where I'm concerned. I have been broadcasting through my social media Pink Day images that I've been sharing with all of you on the chat messages, because I want the public, my public, to be aware that this is a real thing, and it's an important thing. Which, they say that advertising, it takes about 7 or 8 or more exposures for somebody to really land that message. So you want to be taking advantage of this by letting people in your social sphere know that this is an event that's happening, pique their curiosity, even though they may not, in fact, interact with you on it. They're definitely going to be noticing that you're up to something. I got a phone call today from a former Nikken Royal Diamond asking me, what am I up to because of that? So don't be surprised that it does have an impact. But more importantly, it's branding. It's the images that I'm using are the ones that you see behind Jeff and others that Nikken has created, because I'm trying to create an awareness, and that's through branding. That's what most big companies do, is they have their swoosh or whatever it is that they're using as their brand to establish that concept in somebody's mind. So for me, the meeting has already started. Then the initial invites have gone out. Today, I was doing my follow-ups to those invites once again, sending out something. So I first put together an invite that, again, using the imagery that I could get my hands on, and just sent this invite, which told people a lot. If you were on the call that Ben did using the integration of AI to create an invite, an exciting invite, I took excerpts of that, broke it down into something a little bit smaller. So invites went out. First, they were phone calls, followed up by a document, because you want to have everybody have something in their hands to refer to, like, for instance, where's this invite taking them, the invitation to your place. And then the follow-up today was, again, a reminder of the time of the start of the meeting, which if somebody was not going to go, they would be telling you right then and there. So I said, I'm looking forward to seeing you at 1 p.m. on Saturday. And then I wrote, I have you as 2 people. As of this time, I have you as 2 people attending. So it's affirming. It's not saying, are you coming? I hope you're coming. Are you still coming? No. We don't do that. We affirm they're coming and let them tell us if they're not, or if plans have changed. And some people wrote back and said, one person dropped out. I'm coming, and I'm bringing so-and-so. So you get clarity, but it's an affirming statement that you are expecting to see them at the time and how many people they are accounted for in according to you. So that's a really positive, and all of my confirmations have come through. So I've got all my confirmed. Um, and so now what's leading up to this meeting? Well, today I spent quite a bit of time gathering stuff so that I could really, I went to the store to get balloons ready and all that, because how you set the stage for your meeting, it's show business, guys. If you want people to take you seriously, you take you seriously. You take your business seriously. And so people are going to walk into my house, but it's going to be staged. I bought a pink, what do you call it for the tablecloth, pink tablecloth, where there's going to be food, and even some of the food is pink, like salmon, things like that. Little things that they can nibble on. I bought some pink rosé wine, sparkling wine, so that we can do a toast. I got balloons, as I said, that are going to be placed around. You'll see some of this stuff if I put up on camera. Anyway, I'm probably going to wear a pink shirt. I think I have one. But it's all important that when people walk into the environment, which there's going to be a bit of music playing as well, when they step into this home, this wherever they are coming into your space, it feels different than it would be as if they're just visiting on a different night. It feels like a space that's been set up like a party, like an atmosphere that is akin to what it is that you're trying to create, which is an awareness. I have plates, the plates and the forks that I'm using. I'm not using plastic. I got the wooden kind, bamboo kind. Why? Because I'm a wellness guy and I'm living in a wellness home, and I'm conscientious, like Nikken is, about how we package things and how we do things so that we're more responsible. So when they come into my place, they're going to feel like this is a wellness space, and this guy's pretty serious about the subject because he's demonstrating it. And it's going to be set up to really celebrate this new product launch, because it isn't a celebration. Let's see. So that's all the staging. We haven't even started anything yet. When they do come in, I have a registration book, because I want to make sure that I have their name and the email and the person that may have invited them if they're a guest of somebody, so that I can do proper follow-up. For instance, the PowerPoint that Jeff pointed out in your back office, I just made a note, that's going to get sent out at 4 p.m. following the meeting. Boom, to everyone that was there. So I'm planning the post activities as well. So they're going to get an experience. What I want is for people to have an experience. And the experience that I want people to walk away from was, wow, that was professional. That was fun and educational. And these guys really know what they're talking about. When they come away from that, they're going to think, what about Nikken? They're going to think, what about me? They're going to think that an association to our community is going to matter. It's going to mean something in their life, has some relevance in their life. So all of that is what I'm thinking about before anybody stepped foot in my house. I'm thinking about what it's going to feel like to be invited, what it's going to feel like when they step in the house, what they're going to feel like when they're in the house and going through this presentation, and then what are they going to feel like afterwards, because we're going to do the follow-up, proper follow-up, which I am so thrilled that there is a follow-up meeting already in the books, which is the invitation to the Better Way presentation, or as we call it in Nikken, Happy Life, Balanced Life. That invitation is a follow-up that they need to have to be introduced to the real Nikken, the whole Nikken, which I'm sure we're going to pique people's curiosity about that. And they're going to want to know, what else you guys got? What else does this company do? And so to have an invite in the presentation itself to the next step, that's just really thinking ahead. So now, with respect to the actual presentation, we just went through the PowerPoint. I'm going to actually do a preamble before we lead. So I'm going to stage setup before we actually get to the live Zoom meeting. That first slide that is behind Jeff is the first slide in PowerPoint. That's going to be on my giant screen TV when people walk in. That's part of the staging. So it's a great image. It really adds to the professionalism and to the branding. Then, of course, I'm gonna share with them what the agenda is when we do connect with Nikken, which is the second slide. And then the third slide is as an introduction, is sort of a transition slide, but somewhere between the agenda and that transition slide is when I'm going to actually talk about my why. I'm going to also refer to the 5 pillars of wellness. I'm going to talk about that. I'm doing this event at my place with another consultant and one who's coming in via Zoom. And I've asked them to share in 3 minutes their why. Because why we are involved in Nikken, I think, is a very important message. And it's a little bit broader than just simply the product launch. It's part and parcel of why we are in that room doing this product launch. So we're going to share the 5 pillars of wellness. I'm even contemplating sharing the video, which shows the Nikken 5 pillars, which is one of the videos that Jeff does in the PowerPoint on the Balanced Life meeting on Tuesday, so that they have sort of a little bit more of appreciation for this company called Nikken, and the fact that they are really involved in a total wellness approach. This is all the preamble leading up to the time when we actually initiate and connect with Zoom with Nikken. Then Nikken does its thing, and then when we return, we finish with the recap. The recap, which is the benefits of the product, the pricing of the product, how the pricing of the product it compares with others, which is the slide right after the price, which is really cool because what's the first thing you think about when you see the price of something? How does it compare to other things like it on the market? Most people are aware there's collagen out there. And the first thing they're going to think about is, how does this price compare? And so rather than having them think about it, we're going to just show them how it compares. And that way they'll see there's real value here in the pricing and so forth. Then we're going to do our sampling, and I'm going to make sure that everybody snaps that QR code onto their phone for the meeting. I'm going to leave it up on the screen for a while as we do our toasts, our cheers, and so on and so forth, and our samples, answer any questions. And now I have one more thing to add, and that is, what do these people receive from me when they leave? Now, how many of you have kids or have been to a kid's birthday party? Everybody gets a loot bag. And in Nikken, this is a product launch, so I think everybody ought to get a loot bag. So, Jeff, if I can share my screen, I'd like to show everybody my loot bag. Because
You should be able to share, Mike.
Okay, great. Let me just see if I can, there it is. So here's my loot bag. It's pink, of course, courtesy of Amazon, by the way. I picked up these little pink loot bags. It's really convenient. And of course, there's the pink collagen complex brochure, which you get some in your launch pack, which is generic. I happen to get mine from Life and Balance Tools. That's lifeandbalancetools.net. And you see my QR code there. So each of the people who are hosting or co-hosting with me this event have their own brochure and their own QR code for their guests. What happens is when somebody uses their phone points to that, whether they're doing it this day. Now, I don't know about you, but I don't like the idea of sitting behind a computer when I'm hosting 30 guests. In fact, 35 is the count we're at right now. I don't want to be sitting behind a computer with a queue of 35 people. You want people to be able to make it happen. And so if they all have a phone, which they all do, and they all have the ability to snap a QR code, they could be ordering online all at the same time. That's efficient. That's really thinking ahead. So having a QR code, if you don't have it ready this time, make sure you have it ready next time for your event. I also including the waterfall piece, because one of the things that we are featuring is Pi Mag water is what's going into the mix. And we're going to have our Pi Mag water unit. Actually, we got 3 of them to service that many people. So people are going to be able to drink water, not just, the collagen sample, but they're going to have to drink something at this party. They're going to be drinking Pi Mag water. So we have a bunch of that staged. And of course, they're going to be asking about that. We're going to be alluding to it, and to have that in their takeaway so that they can see, what is this Pi Mag water and how do I get some? Again, there's the QR code on that brochure. The Nikken catalog is also available 2024. And you can have your business cards also with a QR code that leads straight to your PWP. That's going to be in my loot bag, as well some samples. Now, in our launch pack, we got these 5-pack samples. They're really sweet. And I know they're coming available shortly, but I've got enough of them to give them away as a giveaway. So I'm going to be doing, what do you call it? A ticketing thing where as they enter, they get a ticket. And I bought, oh,
A
that's one thing
raffle.
a raffle. Thank you. A raffle. So raffle tickets, so that I'm going to be raffling away that 5-pack, but we are also just going to give everybody 3 samples. So one of my boxes is dedicated just to provide everyone with 3 samples, so that they can get started on their collagen while they're waiting for their product to arrive. So that's the loot bag that I'm giving people, which I think there may be a few other giveaways. We're thinking of maybe giving away a power band, the necklace, which you get when you, or the wristband, which you get when you register as a Nikken consultant. And I'm also contemplating, I'm going to discuss this with a few people, but I'm also thinking about maybe throwing in a sleeve of the Jade Green Zymes citrus, so that they know that there's other things and they're kind of cool too. So that's what I'm doing, so that my guests leave not empty-handed, but with more value than when they came in, and with something to get started with, so that they can immediately take action.
Can I ask you a question, Mike?
No, you're not allowed to. Yes, of course you can.
The QR code, is that go directly to that item or go to your website?
It goes directly to the item.
Oh, so you have QR code for each item?
Yes, and of course, how do you obtain that? Well, you can get that from your PWP. So you can get your own URL, and when you purchase these brochures from Life and Balance Tools, you can add your QR code, excuse me, your URL, and they will create the QR code that goes on your brochure. It's customized for you.
Oh, okay, I didn't know that. Okay, got it. Thank you, Mike.
You're welcome.
I wanted to talk a little bit more about the raffle. So is that, and then we can always.
Please do.
Okay, so I'm having several smaller events in different areas of town. So, but I'm going to raffle off the water bottle and actually the power band, the regular power band, because you know why? What? It's $10. We can do it on our share app, guys. So it's a great way to do it. But if someone brings a guest, they can get 2 raffle tickets into the bin. Or if they decide to have a launch party for you, then they might get, you're making it up. So, and the more chances they get in the kitty, the more chances they are likely to win, right? So, and that's them hosting an event as well. And so, I've actually got a few people that are now doing a little gathering at their home across the country. And so I'm offering this little guy, depending on if they have 2, 3, 4 people coming to their gathering. So, and they can offer that to their guests as well on me. So there are different ways to play with that. I know I have a little customer one here, a little sign up sheet. Mike, I know you got the little labels that tear off. Keep one, give one, raffle tickets. This is a Nikken free customer registration card. It's got their information, and then it's like, where do you hurt? What do you do? A little bit of everything on that. But then what I can do, so they're all the same size, I would just write Susie, one guest, and then stick it in. And then so-and-so, maybe they bought it. They decided to buy it. Boom, they get another chance in there. And I'm raffling mine off either the end of March or the middle of April, probably right before Easter, something like that. I'll be raffling off the gift. And if they sign up for auto ship, I think that's when I'm going to give them the 5-pack. I might do something to that effect, and give them the 5-pack if they sign up for auto ship, so that way they can start now. And then hopefully their shipment comes in time for them to continue on, and they can start right away. So those are just some great, little ideas. And by the way, Michael, I also have some beet hummus So I got some
Nice.
olives for my gathering and some veggies. So yeah, so anyway, those are some ideas, and that way you don't have to have the raffle on the 9th, but you have some few things to give away, some things to share with people, and have them every time you share about how they can win, then it's another way to plant the seed. Oh, I could have a gathering, or I could do that. And what another way is, how can you earn or possibly start getting your product for free if that conversation ever comes up too. It's another way of looking at it after the fact, actually. But I was really excited that Allie came up with these slides, because I didn't want it just to be, wow, this amazing launch, and then what, right? What next? What are that? So the Happy Life, Balanced Life is a great segue. I have a launch on Wednesday. So actually I'm looking at getting people on the Tuesday, hopefully before the launch on Wednesday as well. So, that rhythm of the business is just get them in the process and get them in the hopper as speedily as you can. So that's another way of doing it as well. If you're having it later in the week, just start getting them educated about Nikken and what we're about and such. And it may be them, but a good way to ask them is, like who do you owe? Who do you know? That might be interested in a business, and da 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 da. And even though you're talking to them, you're kind of letting it be a softer sale than actually addressing, like, would you join me in business, da 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 da. And so I'm looking for these players, I'm looking for these team players, and sharing it that way. So anyway, I kind of went a little out there, but anyway, any other questions from anybody about the launch, or what they're doing, or what they're having? No. Okay. Anyway, it's great.
Mike, Barbara, thank you. Any additional ideas or thoughts for the group? Thanks for all the great information.
Make it fun. Just if people come out of there feeling like, wow, that was a good way to spend a couple hours on a Saturday, then you've won over some hearts, and you have, great follow-up coming, and I'm certain really positive results.
Mike, thank you. This is definitely a moment, an opportunity we do not want to let pass us by. So I think that's really good advice. Make it fun. People like to be part of a community where people are excited about life and enjoying themselves and doing cool, fun things. And that definitely will be a key. Something that I want to share with you, we have 2 contests that will be happening as part of the Pink Day event. So the first one, we will ask people to get every physical body they can into a space. And if it's a selfie or someone else takes the photo, take a photo with all of the people at your event at some point. And we will remind you of this on the broadcast, that
Good.
this is something we're doing. So maybe your guests will feel more comfortable in joining you in this. But we will have a first, second, and third place winner. The top first place winner, all 3 will be recognized at Seiko Kai and on our kickoff Zoom in April. But the top winner is going to be receiving a skincare kit. Its value is over $100, so it's a nice top prize. But this is for the host who has the most people at their event. The proof is a photograph, and don't try and Photoshop or AI, just take your photo. It all has to be in one single location. Okay. So just be kind of fun, and we'll share the photos afterwards of all the people, with their groups all across North America, but that's one contest. So we'll remind you to take a photo on the broadcast. The second contest, and this happens over Saturday and Sunday, the consultant ID with the most retail orders underneath their consultant ID. So whichever consultant essentially sells the most boxes of PCC will be the winner of our second contest. So the second contest will have a first, second, and third place. We'll announce those winners on Seiko Kai and on the kickoff Zoom. The first place winner will also receive a skincare kit. So that's the first place prize for that winner. So we'll just have our commissions team on Monday. We'll go and just run a report on which ID sold the most retail boxes of the PCC Pink Collagen Complex. So we will not be announcing that on the broadcast for obvious reasons. We do want you to use, good salesmanship and best practices to make sure that you get this product into people's hands and that they use it and benefit from it. But we aren't going to announce that that is a contest for consultants who sell the most boxes. So we'll announce that now. It'll be announced on WhatsApp and Telegram, in the business channel on Facebook, but that contest will not be announced publicly. We'll announce publicly the most people attending a party, but we won't announce the second contest publicly. Anybody have any questions about either of those contests, Barbara?
Well, it's not a question about the contest, so I can leave that out, but I just wanted to reiterate the experience of the college, and don't forget, it's kind of in line with the beta testing to get photographs, maybe feel, if they're stiff or achy, or I don't know, get some kind of measurement before they start their collagen so that they can do a comparison in 30 days, 45 and 60 like that, so that one, it gets them committed to taking it daily and remembering, and then the other to have that pulse check on the comparison as well. And that's the experience that you were talking about too.
Very cool, Barbara. Thank you. Yeah, that would be a great thing to do. The Pink Collagen experience that people can sign up for does give them the opportunity to take photos and upload those photos, as well as do the survey and then kind of get some feedback at the end when they finish the experience. But for those guests, potential customers who are interested, you could do photographs right there and then at the party, and that could be kind of fun, especially if there's a backdrop. I used a white wall when I did mine. I just had a white wall. It doesn't have to be, it just needs to be able to show the face clearly. That's the important thing. Any other questions? Did anybody have any questions about the contests? These are meant to be fun and enjoyable, and also a tiny little incentive to fill your room and also to retail as many boxes of the Pink Collagen Complex as possible. So we do want to recognize those who do a great job selling. And that contest will be Saturday and Sunday. So any orders that are placed on Saturday or Sunday will be eligible for that contest. So thank you, everybody.
Fred has a question. Fred, go ahead.
Oh, Jeff, yeah, you had mentioned you have the link on WhatsApp instead of the QR code, the link on WhatsApp. What number or how do I get connected to the WhatsApp? I know I have the program WhatsApp, but not to Nikken.
Fred, would you send me an email? Do you have my email address? JEFFI at Nikken.com.
At Nikken.com.
Yep, and
Okay.
and just send me an email and I will get information from you so I can send you an invite to the appropriate
Okay.
WhatsApp group.
I appreciate
you
that.
can have those links. Fred, thank you.
Thank you.
Any other questions or thoughts from anyone before we finish this evening? I do want to thank Mike and Barbara for joining us and giving us awesome information about how to make our event a memorable one. This is going to be a fantastic launch. I think one of our best launches of the past decade. So this is going to be an amazing experience for all of us. Thanks everybody for joining us this evening. Have a great rest of your Thursday night.